in our presence. We are very fortunate today to have in our presence His Grace Anand Murari Prabhuji, all the way from ISKCON, Mumbai. He'll tell us more about his temple where he serves. So Prabhuji, we were very fortunate to have his association. He was here actually some months ago. And actually during Rath Yatra also he was here. He participated in Rath Yatra, Eldoret Rath Yatra. And we are very fortunate to have his association. And Prabhuji is very, very scholarly. Yes. So we should be very, very attentive to learn from him. So Prabhuji, I'm taking this opportunity to welcome you to this wonderful association of devotees from ISKCON Eldoret, where we do daily Srimad Bhagavatam reading. And we'll be very fortunate at least to have you or to host you every Mondays and Wednesday and Friday. So Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you and feel welcome. Hare Krishna. My obeisances to you, Prabhuji.
So I'm really fortunate to be with all of you. I think my voice is audible for each and everybody. It's clear.
Yes, Prabhuji, you are very clear.
Yes,
okay.
You are clear.
So I love to see all of your faces, those who are joined, because otherwise they joined, but they are out of coverage area.
Yes.
Sometimes connected we out of coverage area. So if they can start their cameras, it will be nice. It will be nice to see their blossoming faces. So we are going to have just discussion. How much it is 1 hour discussion or 45 minutes, 40 minutes?
Prabhuji, 45 minutes and then questions after that.
Okay.
But we can extend to 50, 55. And
yeah. No, I can't extend long much because here in India it's now.
Yes, that's why let's have it 45 minutes, Prabhuji. We are grateful. We're grateful too.
So as Prabhuji is instructed to me to have the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, chapter number 10, verse number 42. So I'll just recite this verse, then I will love if they are having Srimad Bhagavatam with them, then they can read the translation and purport. So we all can join together. Jai Ho, Path Prem Ki Jai Ho. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam.
Nice to see you, Prabhu. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.
I'm also happy to see all of you again.
Yes, Prabhu.
So we are going to have the discussion on the 2.10.42. So I'm just reciting verse once, and then somebody can read the translation, and then someone can read the purport. So I'm reciting the one. Saivedam jagadhata bhagwan dharmarupradha pushpati stapanam vishwam triyam naram suradivi. Sevedam jagatadhata bhagwan dharmarupradruka pushpati stapanam vishwam triyam nara surudhavi. Somebody can read the translation?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can read.
Yes, Prabhu. Translation, please.
Yeah. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
In the personality of Godhead as the maintainer of all in the universe, appears in the different incarnations after establishing the creation, and thus he reclaimed all kinds of conditioned soul among the humans, the non-humans, and the demigods. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, somebody is
Purport I can read.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, bro,
somebody
you
can
can
read.
continue with purport.
Yeah, purport I can read half of, and someone can carry so
I
that
can
Yes.
read the
everybody
other
get it.
half, Prabhuji. When you stop, I can
Oh.
start.
Yeah, okay. Purport. The Supreme Personality of God had Vishnu incarnated himself in different societies of living entities to reclaim them from the clutches of illusion. And such activity of the Lord are not limited only to human society. He incarnates himself even as a fish, hog, tree, and many other forms. But less intelligent person who have no knowledge of him deride him even if he is in human society as a human being. The Lord therefore says in Bhagavad Gita 9.11, Apajananti mam modha manusyam tanam asritam param bhavam ajananto mam mama bhutam maheshwaram. As we have already discussed in these previous verses, it is concluded that the Lord is never a product of material creation. His transcendental position is always unchanged. He is the eternal form of knowledge and bliss. And he executes his almighty will by his different energies, such as he is never the subject of reactions of any of his acts. He is transcendental to all such conception of action and reactions. Even if he is visible in the material world, the exhibition is only of his eternal energy, for he is above the God and bad conception of his material world. In the material world, the fish or the hog may be considered lower than the man. But when the Lord appears as a fish or hog, he is neither of them in the material conception. It is his causeless mercy that he appears in every society or species of life, but he is never to be considered one of them. Yes, Mataji, you can carry, please.
Conceptions of the material world, such as good and bad, lower and upper, important and insignificant, are estimations of the material energy, and the Supreme Lord is transcendental to all such conceptions. The words Param Bhavam or transcendental nature can never be compared to the material conception. We should not forget that the potencies of the Almighty Lord are always the same and do not decrease because the Lord assumes the form of a lower animal. There is no difference between Lord Sri Rama, Lord Sri Krishna, and his incarnations as a fish and a hog. He is all pervading and simultaneously localized in any and every place. But the foolish person with a poor fund of knowledge, for what of Parambhavam of the Lord, cannot understand how the Supreme Lord can take the form of a man or a fish. One compares everything to one's own standard of knowledge, as the frog in the well considers the sea to be like the well. The frog in the well cannot even think of the sea, and when such a frog is informed of the greatness of the sea, it takes the conception of the sea as being a little greater than the well. As such, one who is foolish about the transcendental science of the Lord will find it difficult to understand how Lord Vishnu can equally manifest himself in every society of living entities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji. It is very wonderful shloka. So many things are discussed. Just for my information, this you every day you go one shloka, is it? You are reading one shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay,
Yes.
serially you are going. Okay, so it's very wonderful. You're going serially. Srimad Bhagavatam, before just starting the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam is called as Chakravarti Pramana by Jiva Goswami. He said Srimad Bhagavatam is Chakravarti Pramana. Praman means, can say it's evidence through which we can prove something. It's called as Praman. We generally heard there are the three Pramanas. Prabhupada mostly talk about the three Pramanas, which is Shabda Praman, word, which is the most. First one is a Pratyaksha Praman. What we see, we believe on it. It's a Pratyaksha Pramana. What we see, we just believe on it. It's called as the Pratyaksha Pramana. What we are able to see with our naked eyes, and we started believing on it. But most of the time, it's very difficult to accepting this as a truth. What we are able to see, to accept it as a truth is very difficult. That's why most of the time it's considered that Pratyaksha Pramanas are failure. What we see, we believe it, but that beliefs might be get fail. It's a failure. It is not truth. Why? Because what we are seeing by our naked eyes, our eyes are having some limitations. Because we can't see much far, and we can't see even very close. It's required in particular distance from our eyes. Things should be on particular distance, then only we will able to see it properly. That's why Pratyaksha Praman is not that much proper. The second Pramanas to get understanding or to get knowledge, these are the three ways to get knowledge. The second way to get knowledge is called as the Anuman Praman. Anuman Praman means assumptions. We just assume. In mathematics, generally we assume x is equal to 2. Just consider x value is equal to 2 or something. That is called as the assumptions. Entire physics and mathematics goes as per the assumptions. We just assume this might be there. We just get assumed like that. Nowadays, or from time immemorial, scientists are fooling with us that if you can have more trees, then you will get more rain. They're saying like that. Then Prabhupada used to ask the question, in the middle of the ocean, there is no tree, no forest. Then also so much rain is there. So that is their assumptions. Entire science goes as per the assumptions. We consider that the distance between sun and earth is some particular kilometers, some in lakhs kilometers. But that is how, that is also assumptions. Nobody is visited the sun planet with the meter tape and all, and they are just measuring what is exactly the distance between sun and earth. That is assumptions, which is Anuman Praman. Good for till some extent, but it is not perfect. And then Prabhupada said that third one is called as the Shabda Praman. Shabda Praman means just believe on the words of bona fide authority. Whoever is the bona fide authority, just believe on his words. That is called as the Shabda Praman. How? Like whatever the syllabus is coming in our education, that is decided by whom? Universities. Universities are bona fide. They are given that authority by government. And that's why we are accepting whatever universities are teaching to us. We never go and do the research. We just accept it. That is called as the Shabda Praman. Prabhupada gave a very wonderful example of that. Prabhupada is saying, if you want to know who's your father, don't go and do the DNA with each and everyone. Because if you go for the DNA test, then almost 12 people will be there. They are matching their DNA with you. Like your father's brother, your own brother, your mother's brother, your father's father, your mother's father. We all are from the same DNA. So that's why Prabhupada says, just go and ask your mother. That my dear mother, who's my father? That mother's words are called as the Shabda Praman. Because she knows who's your father. So these are the main things. But Jiva Goswami says that Bhagavatam is called as the Chakravarti Pramana. Why Chakravarti Pramana? Because sometimes within the scriptures, two different thought process might be there. Two different things are mentioned within the scriptures. And when these two different things are there, then whom we should believe? What should be the correct authority, bona fide? Then Jiva Goswami is saying, just go and see inside the Bhagavatam. What Bhagavatam is talking about that particular incident. Like, you might be knowing that Vratasur pastime. Indra killed Vratasura. That Vratasur pastime is mentioned in Mahabharata also. It is mentioned in uh, Kuruma Purana also. It is mentioned. In both places it is mentioned. But in both places, Vratasur are portrayed like he is a demon. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, Vratasur is portrayed like he is a great devotee of Lord. Now, what we have to accept? We have to accept him as a demon, or we have to accept him as a devotee. So Prabhupada wrote so many places in the purport that he is devotee of Lord. So that is called as the Chakravarti Pramana. What Bhagavatam is saying, that we have to accept. That's why Bhagavatam is called as the Chakravarti Pramana. If you read Jiva Goswami's book, or even you can read Madhurya Kadambani, which are one of the book which is written by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in that they gives the 10 pramanas. These three are the main: Shabda, Pratyaksha, Anuman, and Shabda. But apart from that, there are the 10 different pramanas are there. We require some another class to just understand 10 pramanas. When you go deep inside the scriptures, then we require these all pramanas. So this is what Srimad Bhagavatam. In this Srimad Bhagavatam, 10 cantos or 12 cantos are there. Each canto represent one particular glimpse of Supreme Personality of God. Each and every canto. How it is represented? So it is mentioned in the scripture that canto 1 and 2, these first two cantos, are considered like a lotus feet of Supreme Person. It's like the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Then cantos 3rd and 4th, they are compared, it's like the thighs of Lord Krishna, or thighs of the Supreme Person. Canto 5th is compared, or it's like a navel of Supreme Person. Then canto 6th is like a chest of Supreme Person. Canto 7th are like arms of Supreme Person. Canto 8th is also considered like arms of Supreme Person, 7th and 8th both. Canto 9 are considered as a throat of Supreme Person. And Canto 10 is like a lotus face of Supreme Person. Canto 11 is like a forehead of Supreme Person. And Canto 12th is like a head of Supreme Person. So among these all cantos, we are studying Canto 2nd. It's considered like a lotus feet of Supreme Person. It's a beginning. That's why in entire Canto 2nd, all places in Canto 2nd is mainly described regarding the two things. Mainly discuss the two things in Canto 2nd. That is, one is Sarga and another one is Visarga. Sarga means primary creation and Visarga means secondary creation. Sarga means primary creation. The creation is done by Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, the same person. So whatever the creation, they created this big universe, so many planets and all things. That is what the creations by Lord Vishnu himself. And then from the navel of Lord Vishnu, who took birth? That is Lord Brahma. And then Brahma, he started doing creation. That creation is called as Visarga, secondary creation. First is Sarga and secondary is Visarga. Entire second canto is mainly these two topics are discussed, Sarga and Visarga. At the beginning of second canto, if you can go, then Parikshit Maharaj is asking so many questions to, to Sukadeva Goswami. And that questions Sukadeva Goswami answered almost at the beginning of the first canto. He asked 6 questions, that all 6 questions are answered in the first canto. And then in the second canto, he asked them almost 12 questions. And that all 12 questions are discussed, or when the Sukadeva Goswami is answering that question, the 12 question, so he was discussing the two things, the discussion between Narad Muni and Brahma, and then the discussion between Maitreya Muni and Yudhishthira Maharaj. And in these two discussions, he covered all 12 questions of Parikshit Maharaj. In that, he was mainly discussing regarding the Sarga and Visarga. So at the end of, now this is the 10th chapter of second canto. So this 10th chapter is like a end of second canto. So in the end of second canto, very so many wonderful things are the discussed in this 10th chapter. In this 10th chapter, the Sarga is discussed, because Sarga is what is the creation by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then Shaunaka and Maitreya's, their whatever their conversation is also given in the second canto. And the more main important things are given this in the 10th chapter of second canto. That is the 10 characteristic of the Puranas. If we see you differentiate the scriptures, then scriptures are divided into different ways. They are the 4 Vedas, then Upanishads, then Puranas. These are the major differentiation within the Vedic scripture. Among them, what are the characteristics of the Puranas? What exactly, how we can call this book is a Purana and Bhagavad Gita we call as a Upanishad. So that 10 characteristics also discussed in in this only, in the 10th canto, or sorry, in the second canto, 10th chapter. So among them, now this shloka, this particularly shloka 42nd, this shloka is discussing regarding the sarga, regarding the creations, which is done by Lord himself. So what Lord created? Okay, we just go through it with this second shloka. Second canto, chapter 10, verse number 42. So this verse is wanting to say that Supreme Person, non-different than Lord Vishnu, Krishna, Rama, they are the same. He took different incarnations in different kinds of bodies. Like sometimes for the protections of soul only. Sometimes in the human, sometimes in the non-human, and sometimes in the demigods. The 3 sections are given: human, non-human, and demigods. In these 3 different sections, he himself appeared, the Supreme Person. Who is the Supreme Person? Is Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu. He just appeared in these 3 different categories. Sometimes he appeared as a human, sometimes he appeared as a non-human, and sometimes he appeared as in the family of demigods. So this specifically, it says that Lord just appeared, or he appearing for the purpose of soul, because there are so many souls who are just suffering in this material world, and for their protections, to giving them the knowledge about himself and taking them back to Godhead, Lord appears, himself appears. When Lord appeared, there are different reasons are given. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, there are 3 reasons are given that why Lord appeared. That is, the first reason is giving paritranaya sadhunam, to protecting the sadhus. Then vinashaya cha dushkrita, to just destroy the demons. Dharma sanstapana karya, to establishing religious principle, or just establishment of religious principle. Lord appeared in this material world. These 3 reasons are given. in Bhagavad Gita. So when Lord appeared, so he appeared in different bodies, sometimes in human, sometimes in animal, and sometimes as a demigods. So when Lord appeared particularly as an animal, that time he do that paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushrutam. Two things he do. He just protect the saintly people and he destroyed demons. Whenever he appeared as in the body of non-human, that's why in the purport Prabhupada gave that is sometimes he appeared as a boar, sometimes he appeared as a tortoise, sometimes he appeared as a fish. So that time what he's doing? He's just establishing religious principles and destroying whom? Not establishing religious principles. He's just doing two things. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushratam. But when he appeared as a human or sometimes in the form of demigods, that time he do the third one. That is what? Establishing religious principle. And that's why if you see all the incarnations or 10 principal incarnations given in the scriptures, they are done when Lord appeared as a Lord Ramchandra, when Lord Krishna appeared as a Lord Krishna, or in any human form, that time he gives different kind of the philosophies. And that philosophy is so much useful for us. Dharma sanstapana, just establishing what? Religion. And that is going to help us to the different soul, just go back to God. This was Krishna is doing. So somebody may question that then most of the time Lord appeared, why he appeared only in India? Why not in Africa? Why not in America? Why not in European continent? Or why not in Australia continent? Why only in India? It's not like that. Lord appeared each and everywhere. Not only the different incarnations are appearing only in India. That is the wrong conceptions. Vedic religions is like all accommodative. It's for everyone. It is not for particular kind of the people. It's for all the souls. Even for the Vedic religions, even for whom? Even for the cats and dogs and all. For animals also it is given. It's all accommodative. And Lord is not only appearing in India, he appears in all the places. How he appeared in all the places? Like if you go in the deep, in the detail. So when Lord Narasimha appeared, so Lord Narasimha never appeared in India. Lord Narasimha appeared, that time Hiranyakashipu was staying in Swarga, in heaven. Because if somebody conquered the heaven, then why he is going to stay on earth? Definitely he is going to stay in heaven. And when he was staying in the heaven, then why Lord Narasimha will appear here in India? So Lord Narasimha never appeared in India. And like the incarnation of board incarnation, Varaha, that not appeared in India. Because when Lord Varaha appeared, that time earth was not there on his position. Earth was there inside the ocean. And not in his paraphernalia, it is not exactly where it should be. It is not located at its place. So that's why Lord Vara also not appeared in India. Only in India appeared Lord Ramchandra, Lord Krishna. That's it. Others, all incarnations are different places. Even Lord Buddha appeared. Lord Buddha appeared, that place is not in India, that is also in Nepal, just nearby country. So, Lord, it is not compulsory that Lord is appearing in India. Lord appears everywhere. But how it is, like if you see, then somebody may ask the question that when he appeared in Africa, when he appeared in America, so in that places also Lord is appearing. But how he appears? So if we take a simple example, like in the schools, teachers teaching the same subject matter to all the students, but some students gets 90% and some students get fail marks, correct? They're just getting 10 marks out of 100. So when some student regularly every year they are getting 90% and above or 95% and above, And suddenly they got 80%. Then the teacher win tension. But I have to give him some private tuition. I have to personally take care of him. Why? Because he's supposed to be above 95, but now he's getting how many percentage? Just 70%. Right? But if somebody is getting 20% and he not studied properly, and that's why in one exam he got 10%, then teacher is going to take care of personally that student. He is going to give him tuition or something? No. What is going to say? He is going to tell some another student who is getting 90%. He is just going to tell that student, go and teach this one also, this fellow also. He is not studying properly. Yeah. You, whenever you are studying, that time you call him with you and you all sit together and do just study circle. Just call him. That what he is going to do. The same way, the Jesus or Moses, they all are the student who gets regularly above 90%. And that's why in some places, when the other students are always failure, so they just told, Lord just told them to go and teach them properly. Yeah. Sometimes Lord appear in all over the world, but you know, capital is more important. Like in Kenya, so many times people do some strikes. They are always on the strike. So that strike, mostly if somebody want to block the roads, they want to block some public places, not to just show their impact on the strike. So what they will choose? They will choose Nairobi. Nairobi is capital. Something is happened in capital, then it's going to famous, or that news will be is going to spread in entire country. Correct? But something is happened in somewhere in the corner of Kisumu city, then nobody is going to know it, that what is happening there. The same way, in the Vedic time, India was like a capital of entire earth. And that's why most of the time, or in the both incarnation, Lord Ramchandra and Krishna, Lord appeared where? He appeared in the India. Again, if you see here in purple, Prabhupada is quoting one verse from Srimad Bhagavad Gita 9.11, chapter 9, verse number 11. There is saying, Avjanandi Mamuda Manushya Tana Ashritaha. And then in entire purple, Prabhupada is just focusing on these two words, Avjanandi Mamuda Manushya Tana Ashritaha. Now he's saying there are some foolish people, Avjananti, Mam Mudaha, they are the Muda, they are foolish people. They consider me as what? General personality. They consider me as like amongst themselves. And that's why Lord himself is telling them Muda, the fool people, Avjananti. They are not able to understand. They consider that supreme person, he's changing the body, means he's like us only. Like we also change the body. Now, we are now having some particular body. And after a few years, just after 30, 40 years or 50 years, we have to leave from this body. And then we are going to get some another body as per our karma. Whatever we done, as per our karma, we are going to get another body. We're going to enter in some another body. The same way, some foolish people, they consider that Lord is also like the same, like us only. So Prabhupada is saying here, Lord is not like us. Whenever he is appearing in this material world in different incarnations, that is just out of his own sweet will. He never comes under the impact of karma. Karma is not going to affect Lord at all. Here in the purport also Prabhupada is saying the same thing. Whatever the Lord Krishna or Lord Ramchandra, they are incarnating, that is their own sweet will. Because of their own sweet will, they appeared over here in this material world. Sometimes because of our foolishness, we consider them as like amongst us only. One person, or he is just a king of, or he just might be the son of one particular king. But it's not like that. They doesn't have body like us. Their body, Lord's body is Satchit Ananda. Our body is made up with Panchamahabhuta. This is all body. It is out of Panchamahabhuta. And among them also waters and earth is more in our body. If you go to the fish or the people or the another creatures, they are staying inside the water or in the ocean. The fishes, and there are so many others are there, different kind of the fishes. Their body is made up with water most of the time. There are some jellyfishes. They are totally transparent. Because in their body, main is the water. That is what the main ingredient. If you see the Brahmaji, you know that he's having the forehead, one front and all. So whatever we are having ingredient in our brain substance, whatever we are having, Brahma's entire body is made up with the brain substance. Our only little brain inside our head, that is only what the brain substance. That's why we are having very little intelligence. But Brahma's entire body is made up with what? Brain substance. So he is having so much intelligence. But Lord's entire body, it is made up with the Satchit Ananda. That's why Lord is called as the Satchidananda Vigraha. He is the Supreme Person, but he is called as in Brahma Samhita, it's called as a Satchit Ananda Vigraha. Satchit Ananda. His body is Satchit Ananda. So that's why Lord is very special. We never consider him like us only. If you see the incarnations here, the Krishna is only the Supreme. Here at the end, Lord Prabhupada is giving the knowledge about the Prabhav and Vaibhava. Prabhav Prakash and Vaibhav Prakash. The Lord wanting to show his Vaibhav, his greatness, his wealth, that time he incarnate in different bodies. That is his Vaibhav Prakash. His Prabhav Prakasha, when he want to show his strength, that time he incarnate as himself, as a Krishna or Lord Ramachandra. And he want to just show his own strength. Now, why Lord is doing this whole thing? Just attracting us, because we are in this material world. We are just rotting in the material world. And Krishna want to some or other to just attract us towards him. And that is what is the main purpose coming over here. Because whenever Lord is appearing, he is having some internal and some external purposes for his incarnation. External purposes already given in Bhagavad Gita. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkratam dharma sansthapanataya sambhavami yuge. This is all internal. External. There might be some internal causes. The Lord appeared in this material world. Kunti Maharani in first canto, in his prayers, he says that the main reason why you incarnate here to just associate or just give protection to your pure devotee like Yudhishthira Maharaj. For that purpose you are appearing over here. So Lord Krishna, when he appeared, he might be having so many reasons to appear over here. Now in that main is just paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkratam. Or like that might be so many other reasons he's having to appear in this material world. But mainly he's appearing for the, like Prabhupada says here, for the soul only. He's appearing for us, to just attract us towards him. That's why we don't have to go in that discussion that either Krishna is the real Supreme Personality of Godhead or he is like us only as a general human. Then later on, so many people unwantingly glorified him and they wrote so many things about him. And now we have to accept him as a what? As a spiritual person or as a Supreme Personality of Godhead. But his body, his activities, his everything is like us only. Sometimes people may just misunderstand Lord Ramchandra also. Same way, they may consider that Lord Ramchandra, oh, he is just crying for his wife. He's just so much attached to his wife, and that's why he's crying and just embracing to trees and And he is just even asking to animals also that where is Sita, where is Sita? So he is also like us only, like a general person. But no, he is not a general person. He is not like us. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is different than us. He is very special. And that's why Prabhupada is writing this very wonderful sloka from Bhagavad Gita, Aujananti Mamuda, Manushya Tranyashritaha. He's just telling they are the Mudas, they are the fool number one who consider Krishna's body is like a general human body. Sometimes we feel it that Krishna's body is like also our body, but it's not like that. His body is made up with the Satchidananda Vigraha. Satta, Chitta, and Ananda. Only this all things are there in Krishna's body, not like us. Mucus, pus, blood, and flesh, and some bones. Krishna's body is not like that. Krishna's body is very special, and that's why he's like, or that's why he's Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's not like us. This is what little bit understanding regarding this shloka. This shloka is just focusing on that Lord's incarnations, because this is end towards the 10th canto, sorry, 10th chapter of 2nd canto. And later on, he is going to give the subject matter discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam, why it is called as a Purana. 10 subject matters he is going to talk. So this entire 2nd canto is just speaking, I just summarizing, is just giving regarding the two informations. One is Sarga and Visarga. This is the main subject matter of this canto, 2nd canto. So the main incarnation, which is the Sarga, which is by whom? Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then Visarga, secondary incarnation. And that's why from the secondary incarnation, 3rd canto will start, where the Manu Maharaj will come in the picture. That Manu, then his 3 daughters, Devahuti, Akuti, and Prasuti. And then how that all 3 daughters got married with different rishis and all. And how Lord protected Manu Maharaj. How the Lord appeared in front of the Dhruva, because Dhruva is the grandson of whom? Grandson of Manu Maharaj. So that all things will come in the 3rd canto. And that's why that is discussion of Visarga, secondary creations by Lord Brahma. But here Lord is only talking on regarding the what? Sarga, primary creations. Okay, this is what little bit understanding. If you are having any question regarding today's discussion.
Hare Krishna, anyone with a question? Or some doubts?
Regarding today's discussion or anything regarding Srimad Bhagavatam?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please,
Hare,
may I ask a question?
yes.
Not about today's discussion was very clear. We understood about the Sarga and Visarga and how the Lord, even if he appears in the form of a hog or a fish, his body is transcendental and we should not underestimate that. So
Yes.
that we have understood for today. But Prabhuji, this body that we have is material, and so is the mind and intellect. So in spite of having this material body and mind and intellect, we can still attain Krishna, who is spiritual with these material substances. I mean, that is what we have been made to understand, but it is still very an abstract concept. Prabhuji, if you can throw a little light on that, we'll appreciate.
See, it is very simple to understand that though we are having this material body, then also through the material body we can very easily achieve spiritual body. But how we can achieve spiritual body? By using just this material body. So Prabhupada gave very wonderful example. Prabhupada said that the iron rod, if we can keep iron rod for long time inside the fire, then that iron rod, though it's iron only, but then it started to look like a fire. Even it will act like a fire. You touched it, you are getting a, now very easily it's going to burn you, because it's with what? It's associated with the fire. The same way, if we will associate with the devotees, with scriptures, with deities, and with Mahamantra, if you can this associate with these four things, then automatically our entire consciousness, though this body is material, but our entire consciousness will become spiritual. But we have to associate with these four people. We have to associate with the devotees, that is the first, because they are going to give the prasad to us, they are going to call us for the Srimad Bhagavatam, or they are going to call us for everything. Then we have to associate with the scriptures. Nowadays, this December month is marathon is going on. I don't know either you're also there in Eldoret, you're doing book distribution. I saw that Parth Prabhu and Prabhu, they go every day for book distribution. So books are not only for distributing, that is good, that is a preaching strategy, but it is for our personal readings also. We have to sit and read it. We have to understand what is there inside the books. That is like associating with the books. Then we have to associate with whom? The deities. We have to come regularly to temple. Sometimes we say that devotee association I am taking by phone, or like this is online association. But deities association, we have to go there inside the temples, in the centers. We have to offer some prayers. We have to offer dandavat to deities. And we have to eat whatever the prasad is given to us. That is the association with the deities. And then association with the Mahamantra. We have to regularly chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. If you can do these four things continuously, then definitely that rod which is put inside the fire is going to get a fire's properties. The same way, though our body is material, but our entire consciousness will become spiritual. We are staying in material world, but our Chaitana, our consciousness is as good as we are staying in the spiritual world. Some people, they just talk about so many spiritual things, but their conscious is not spiritual. And there are so many material Babajis are there. They are talking about so many spiritual things, but they just consider this all spiritual thing is again for just motivating to people to get success in their material life. That's why nowadays most of the people give the seminars, that is 10 management tips from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is not made for that, to give you the management tips. Okay, if you are deriving some tips for your management purpose, that is okay. That is good. But the main purpose of Bhagavad Gita, to just uplift your own consciousness. But nowadays there are so many, that's why we have to associate with the devotees. We have to associate with the scriptures regularly. Then our entire Chaitana, our entire consciousness will become spiritual. Is it enough, Mataji? It is good.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. It's very
You are in Kenya, or you are somewhere in some another country?
I'm supposed to be in Kenya, but right now I have traveled. I'm in the UK right now.
Okay.
But I live in Kenya. I'm in Eldoret.
In Kenya, good.
And Prabhuji, another question, if there is no other question which came up in previous classes, is about the controlling of the mind. The mind can be your enemy or your friend. It can be your friend if you conquer it. And the way to conquer the mind is by detachment and practice. So practice, we have understood, it's regular chanting. Prabhuji, can you give us an example of how we can detach?
So for the detachment, that's why we have to read the scripture, because scriptures or detachment, it is not going to come very easily. The scriptures show you, that is called as, just give me a, it's called as Sankhya Shastra. We have to understand the material world through the Sankhya Shastra. Sankhya Shastra gives exactly understanding of material world, how it is material world is, and it gives the detachment. How like I don't know some Kenyan menu, but like if you see the samosa, Indian menu, I don't know either others devotees are able to understand the samosa.
Yes, Prabhuji, we
Everyone,
have
do you understand
samosas.
samosa?
Yes, we have samosas.
Prabhuji, we eat samosa here.
Yeah, you eat samosa. Okay. So if I can serve you the samosa the way now what we are eating, so you may eat 2, 3, 4 samosas at one time very easily with chutneys. But if you ask me the samosa and I gave you little bit wheat, that is at maida they use, little wheat, little some spices, and then some raw materials and some oil and some salt and some spices and all, chili and all. And I can tell you, Prabhuji, this is what the samosa. You can take it and have it, enjoy it. So will you able to enjoy it? No, that is in that particular form. That's why we are able to enjoy. But if we can separate that all ingredients, then we will not able to enjoy that samosa. I will say, oh, who is going to eat this? This is all our what? This is all our dry. It is not tasty. That way we have to understand the material world. Even we are eating, we are enjoying gulab jam. But if you can separate all ingredient, little bit sugar here, and then little bit color, and then little bit maida, and all ingredient, if you can separate, then we are going to enjoy it. No, we are not going to enjoy it. Now I remember very wonderful questions long back. One devotee asked to Param Puja Radhana Swami Maharaj in one point. His grasta is so much attached with his wife, might be newly married. And that's why he asked one question to Radhana Swami Maharaj that I'm so much attached with my wife. And he was very particularly, he just said that I'm so much attached to my wife breast. Radhana Maharaj just answered, can I cut it and serve you in the plate? Will you going to enjoy it? If you can cut it and serve you in the plate, and I can say you, that's just enjoy it. This is what the woman body, what we want to enjoy. So I just cut it because they are placed at that one particular place. That's why you feel it some enjoyment over there. Now, even some woman, instead of having bread's front side, if she is having back side, then we are going to consider she's like a very horrible kind. Na? All are going to run away from her. No, even we will not allow her to come to our temple or in our society. You just stay away from her. No, why? Because it is not proper place. So in that way, Sankhya Shastra and Sankhya Shastra, this is what the Sankhya, what the couple told to Devavati, because Mother Devavati was also so much attached. Though she was staying with Kardama Muni already before getting married with Devavati, he got the darshan of Supreme Person. Then also Mother Devavati so much attached with material things, and that's why she asked so many things. And then Kardama Muni created that big mansion and all. Yeah, you might be, that is going to come in the third canto. So when the Kapila, when he appeared, Lord Kapila, that time Devuti also asked the same question that how I can detach from this. And then Lord Kapila gave her the Sankhya Shastra. Sankhya Shastra is like that. The whatever, wherever you attach, you just separate it. You just separate it. Like Prabhuji Gopal Krishna Maharaj in one of the question he was answering, if somebody is so much attached with woman body, then he just have to consider the toilets. They are not going to enjoy the toilets where somebody is passing urine. It's impossible to enjoy. Well, it's the same way. Everybody is passing urine, and what is the enjoyment in there? Nothing is. This body just full up with what? Blood, mucus. This is what inside the body, and we consider I am looking very beautiful. What beauty is there? Nothing. Nothing beauty is there. So in that way, if you can understand this all things through the Sankhya Shastra, just separate, then definitely detachment is going to come. Like when we started training means long back, we joined the Brahmachari ashram. So many other brahmacharis was there with me. So that time they used to train us in this way only. They used to train us, okay, you see the woman body, it's looking very beautiful. Now you feel that woman belly is very beautiful. They said, what there inside? Just stool is there. Now, if we can pack the stool in polythene and give it to you and say you just enjoy it, are you going to enjoy it? No. Then what is there? That is also stool is packed in body. That's it. Only the color is different. Otherwise, it's like a polythene only. Our all skin is like a polythene. And what is packed inside it? It's mucus, it is stool, it's urine, mucus, blood, bones, that is only packed, but it's packed very nicely. This entire cover, na, it's very beautiful. Now, whatever the packing, that is very beautiful. Otherwise, inside, what is there? All our nasty things are there inside. Our whole body, we are having 9 gates of our body. Nothing is good is coming out. Only we take good inside. But out, whatever the outcome, that is all are nasty. If we are eating samosas, it looks very tasty. But if just omit the samosa outside, it is very nasty kind of thing. The same our nose, when we start coughing and cold, what is coming out of our nose is a mucus. Simply a mucus. Then what beauty is there inside this body? There is one incident in America at Prabhupada time. Some big Hollywood actress, she came in the temple. Then everybody was running to see her. And somebody came to Prabhupada and told that the big actress is come. Prabhupada said, what big now? What is now big in her? Or she's passing a scented stool? So everybody said, no, nobody can pass a scented stool. Then Prabhupada said that what is great in her? If somebody is passing a center stool, you tell me I'm going to offer the dandavat to that personality or that actress or might be actor, whatever the great personalities. But everybody, nobody can pass the scented stool. Then what great we are having? Nothing great. So if this way, if you start thinking about this material world or wherever we are at having the attachment, then definitely slowly we are going to develop detachment. Anybody else is having some questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, there are no more questions and we have exhausted our time and we would like you to rest as well, Prabhuji. So
Yes.
I will request Parth Prabhu to end the session. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your nice enlightenment session. Also very nicely also you describe about the detachment, knowledge and Sarga Visagra and so many things. Also like a Chakravarti Praman, Pratyakya Praman, Sabda Praman, Anuman Praman, that is also very useful to us. Thank you very much for your time because it is already India, it is 11 o'clock.
Right. In India, it's midnight now. 11:30. 11:30 p.m. It's
So we are not taking much time. I request everyone, please unmute and we can glorify Prabhuji. So for glorification of Prabhuji, we will chant Hare Krishna mantra. Please join. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama.
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Vancha kalpatarubhyasya
Karpatarubhyasa kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai. His Grace Anand Murari Prabhu
thank you
ki
very much.
jai.
Jai.
Yes,
Hare
definitely. I'm going to come back again in February to Kenya.
Jai
Mostly
ho,
end of February after 2
jai.
months. December is
Oh,
going
jai.
2 months.
December.
Going to visit because
Yes, yes.
Pundrik is calling me over there in Kisumu. Definitely, when I'm visiting Kisumu, definitely I will come to Eldoret also.
Yes,
Thank you
Prabhuji.
very much, Prabhuji.
Thank
Hare
you
Krishna.
very
Thanks a lot.
much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. We are looking forward to seeing you again this week.
Thank you
Hare
very much.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Till Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Jai.
Prevan, bro, for the Friday class, now you give me the reminder on Thursday. So definitely either myself or I will arrange some other brahmacharis to just have with some discussion on Bhagavatam with all of you.
Okay, Prabhuji, I'll do so.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Priya Govind Prabhu, for organizing this. And then for Mondays and Fridays, we are all set. I'm so happy. And he is so good. He's so good, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol, Mataji.
Yeah.
It's Krishna's arrangement, Mataji.
Yeah. Now you go and sleep. You are looking very tired. I'll talk to you tomorrow. For me, it is very early, but for you, it is very
Actually,
late.
because today I was cornered, I had to put the camera. Otherwise, today I wanted to put it off.
Yeah, okay, you go. But on days like that, you tell me when I'm there, I can just continue. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay.
But the days when you can't do it, please let
Mm.
me. Then I
Like
can do it.
Friday, Mataji will have to help us because me, Pad Prabhuji, even Mugo also, we are going to Kampala for a theatre.
Okay.
So there, internet is issue because we don't know if we'll get Wi-Fi where we'll be staying. We have to get a SIM card for the internet. So we'll have a challenge.
Okay, Prabhu, I'll be there, but you try to log in so that he feels that there is somebody there.
Yeah, someone he knows. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. My God. Oh, you are being recorded.